efficiency. I have the opportunity to often integrate juggling into our workshops. I find it a really useful and novel medium to engage people with. You see, what tends to happen when we're introducing ideas that people may have heard is there's some resistance. There's almost this point where they go, I've heard this before, and in doing so, it's almost like they tune out. They certainly may hear you, but they may not really tune in and understand and take anything away from the experience. So by introducing something novel, we start to engage the mind in a different way. You see, the mind receives around about 40 watts of energy a day. That's not a great deal. So it works on this efficiency model that if it sees something that it recognises and it can quickly find a match. So if I say something and they understand it and they go, I've experienced this before, they'll move on to the next step and perhaps miss what the key message was. So with the idea or the principle of efficiency, they're constantly selecting and rejecting. So we need to engage who we're communicating in a very, sometimes, let's say, entertaining way, so that they do hear what is the message. So we're working with this principle of efficiency in not only learning, but also in the area of communication. So I recently had an experience when I was teaching somebody juggling, and they said to me, I can't do it. In the next sentence they said, I'm uncoordinated. This was easy for them to say. It was easier for them to say that than to actually experience it. They just sat in, I think it was an 8-hour workshop, and I was really just finishing off the day. They probably used up close to their 40 watts of energy. So what was happening was, I'm just going to tune out. So I had to work fast and engage this person. And I started them off with one ball. What was interesting, within the first few moments, they had actually learnt to juggle previously, and it was a pattern quite similar to this. When I introduced the 3-ball juggle, they continued to use this pattern. And the reason for using that pattern? It was more efficient. So you often find that we continually do things the way we've done them, habitually, unconsciously, because we don't have to think about it. So when you're thinking about efficiency in the area of communication, just keep in mind that often people, even though they may have sat in the same room and heard your message, may continue to use the same pattern, the same process or system that they've always used, because it's the path of least resistance. Think efficiency. At what cost? Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to find out more about this subject and others, please go to leadershipmotivationsite.com. Thank you again.